Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of John Works Too Much. If you know the type of episode you'd like to see, press 1 now. 1. Good. Okay. If you'd like to see an episode about silly stuff, press 1 now. You do. Okay, good. So somewhere... Oh, sorry. First of all, what are we doing today? Allow me to elaborate. You see this beautiful bathtub? It maybe has a couple imperfections, and it's about to go to bathtub heaven, along with this tile, and this tile, this countertop, this sink and faucet. This toilet is going to go to little toilet heaven, and we're going to take this light out, that medicine cabinet, and then paint in here. So it will be a wonderful transformation. Now that we've got business out of the way. Somewhere there is somebody that probably is watching this video, and you're working in a factory, and I'm sorry, and you're making flathead screws. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to power down your machine. I need you to walk over to the time clock. I need you to punch out, or however you do that these days. However they did it back in the days, whether it's abacus or something, so you punch out with the abacus. And then I'm gonna need you to walk away, far enough away from the building that you're okay, pop a grenade or whatever, throw it at the building, and then blow it up, because you're doing a service for the world if you stop making flathead screws. I'm pretty sure that somewhere the devil owns that factory, and I can only imagine that they're making black licorice there too. So please stop making flathead screws. It's ridiculous. We have Phillips now. That's really all I got. Drew, you want to talk about anything? No, he does not. Drew's pretty quiet. So we're gonna tear this up, and we'll see you soon. Love you, bye. Sitting on the toilet again, are you? Well, I've decided to start a new campaign. Not as me being president, I don't want it. Instead, this campaign is going to be why I'm not afraid of COVID. So I will start by saying, because I get into messes often and breathe things that other people would not enjoy, I'm not afraid of COVID. So then you guys need to put up videos of why you're not afraid of COVID, or pictures, or just words. Like, I'm not afraid of COVID because I went to the bathroom at Dream World once, so I'm immune, or whatever your thing is. All right, so let's talk about changing the future. Drew, how would you go about changing the future? Change the present. That's right. You would change the present, because if you change the present, then that sets the course for the future. So that's what we learned here today. And what else? We're going to tear this stuff up some more. We've come into things that check this out. I made a video a while back about how to take the drain out. But you put this fork thing in the drain and then turn it. As you can see over here, this drain was a little bit stubborn, and we put this in there, and it was like, no. And so then I tried harder, and it's like, still no. I'm like, please, drain, work with me here. And it's like, absolutely not. You can't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. You're not my real dad. So I was like, pliers will help, and I got pliers out, and it went pop, and it broke cast iron. So I'll have a funeral service later, and we'll bury you with your brothers. You've served us well. All right, see you guys soon. So, in the words of a wise man, let's just call him Drew Gunner, this tree just doesn't give a crap. This tree is not straight. It will never be made into a 2x4. It will live its life out, and nobody will ever disturb it. And apparently, nobody wants to. Apparently, it's just like, live free. You're a free-range tree. Come closer, Drew. Let's take a look at this thing. You see, it's all knotted up and a tangled, nasty mess, and yet it has a beauty all of its own. We should be more like this tree. I don't want to be straight. Wait a minute. That sounded really bad. I do want to be straight. I don't want to be a board. I got nothing. What else are we going to talk about? We're making some progress inside. But sometimes I gotta take a water break. I drink a lot of water. I think everybody knows that. Drew is trying to get cancer real hard. If you knew that you were 2 packs away from cancer, would you quit?
Probably,
but you don't know for sure. That's fair. Okay. Well, let's go back inside and try to get some cancer. Come on. So right now, you may not realize it, but you're probably very grateful that you don't have a smell-o-phone, because Drew and I stink. Not Drew, but definitely me. And if you had a smell-o-phone or smell-o-vision, you'd be like, ugh. Anyway, so as you can clearly see, today we took out the old tub and the old faucet, the old overflow drain kit and everything. and all the tile and all the sheetrock, and we took out this heater up here and the toilet. We took out all this tile around here and all this sheetrock, the medicine cabinet, this had tile on the countertop, and we took out the sink and the faucet and all that stuff. We ran a wire for this. We're gonna have a heater, light, and whatever exhaust fan. I call them fart fans. I'm trying to not be PG-13 here. Anyway, we did all that, and then we put in new drain and overflow, new bathtub, new faucet, new shut-off valves all the way across, new sheetrock. We use green rock because it's water resistant. We're in a bathroom, and then new green rock everywhere. And so we're ready for tile on Monday morning. So what is our lesson for today? Drew, you got anything? Perfect. As usual, Drew says he's got some good stuff and he's trying to give me pointers. What? Okay. So he says, and this is a quote from Drew Gunner, that one fresh cookie shared is better than 2 stale cookies hoarded. What do I mean by that? Maybe you have more of what you need of something and somebody else doesn't have any. And you could hoard all that to yourself, and you could be mean and selfish and lonely. And the other person could be in need and lonely, and you could watch them. Or, hear me out on this, you share what you got, you gain a friend, and you both have a good time. So that's a quick something. Is that right, Drew? We got that? Okay, good. And then one more thing that I want to leave you with over this weekend. My weekend is about 19 seconds, but you guys have longer weekends because you're important people, and it's September 11th yesterday or whatever. Is that maybe you just leave all your worries behind. Just like put them on pause for a second, take all your worries and just be like, I'm gonna leave those right over here on this shelf. They'll still be there on Monday morning. Don't you worry. Just take that weight off of you and just relax for a whole day and see how that feels. I promise you, on Monday there'll still be worries there. You don't have to worry about your worries. They'll still be there. But take a minute off, just take that weight off of you and just relax and enjoy your life. Who knows how much longer it's going to be. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye. Yep. So, good morning. I hope that you guys had a wonderful Sunday. I know I did, and we'll talk about that in a second. So, Kanui's back, and I love him. I'm happy he's here. He's been studying hard to do disaster adjusting. So, then it occurred to me that we probably haven't shown you how to use mastic on when you're laying tile on the wall. So this stuff right here is called mastic, and it uses a V-notch trowel, like a 16th inch V-notch trowel, rather than a 1/4 inch square trowel. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it comes in a bucket pre-mixed like that. It's about $35 or so for that bucket. And you spread it on the wall, and then these tiles have spacers built into them. So see how this got this little kind of nubbin thing right there? So that right there is a spacer that's already built into it, so you don't have to worry too much. And then it just sticks right on the wall, which is pretty nice. Now the downside is that, it's a lot more pieces to lay, because, one piece of tile that we're normally doing is significantly larger. But these are 6x6s, and they're pretty cool. You can tell that they go up pretty quick when you're in a good spot. So this is how this stuff is laid. So, I just want to say that for the first time in a long time, I got some rest yesterday, and I feel so much better. I know we've talked about this before, that I get 9 minutes of sleep a week or whatever, and I feel so much better. But not just because I got sleep yesterday, but also because I went to church, and I feel very refreshed. And I just want to say, for the record, that I love my church, and I hope that you love your church too. But basically, let me tell you why I love my church. Okay, we'll get to these cut pieces here in a minute. I love my church because it has a no gossip policy. And I've never heard anybody say, hey, you're not supposed to gossip. But I've never heard anybody have to say, hey, you're not supposed to gossip. Because people just don't. And I think that's wonderful. I think that we need to encourage each other and lift each other up rather than tear each other down. And so there's a no gossip policy, which I love. We never pass a plate at our church. Those of us that give are happy to give. We see it as a blessing, not a burden, to have the opportunity to help out other people and to further the kingdom of God. And so there's never any begging for money at all, ever. once a year, there's a sermon about tithing, but that's it. And I think that that's amazing, and God meets all of our needs, and I think that that's great. Also, we're very mission oriented, and let me explain what I mean by that. We're not a denominational church, we support missionaries and Bible translators in 57 different countries right now. It may be a little bit more.
Repeat that.
We support missionaries and Bible translators in 57 countries, right? Not as a denomination, people in our building support people in 57 countries because we strongly believe in missions and we want to do our part to fulfill the Great Commission. But not only do we do that, we also see our hometown as much of a mission field as Africa or China or any other place. So we try to find practical ways to show God's love to people in just every way possible. And so we have outreach to jails, to prison. We have anything with addiction, Celebrate Recovery. So if you've got an addiction or something like that, then you can come and deal with those issues with people that are also dealing with those issues. Not like you're going to get judged or anything like that. I've never seen anybody get judged for being different or bad because none of us are perfect. We have ministries for young mothers that got pregnant that didn't mean to and that we're going to get an abortion. And it's one thing to say, we don't want you to have an abortion, and it's another thing to say, and we're going to stand with you and help you every step of the way. And so we have people in our church that do that. Our children's program, our youth program, our college program, just everything I think is done with excellence. But not only that, but every time I go, I just feel like I'm so glad that I went to church today. I feel refreshed today. I feel like that I learned something, that I got closer to God, that I had fellowship with people, and I'm just so grateful. And I hope that you guys have a place that you love like that too, because it just makes life so much better. Anyway, so we're gonna get the rest of this tile laid. We're also going to, we've taken better this, but we're gonna do it again. And then we're gonna texture this. This is called crow's foot, so I'll probably show you guys how to do crow's foot. Nobody ever does it, but you might have to match it, so I'll show you later. We're gonna put this sink, faucet, countertop, toilet, and whatnot back in, and we're gonna put a fan light heater up here. So, pretty exciting. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you, bye. Oh, hey there. So,
Fell over.
I almost did. So, I've showed you guys how to do splatter drag texture before, but I don't think I've showed you how to do this crow's foot. So here, let's look at that. So this is called crow's foot, or some people call it panda paw. This was ancient, way back in the 80s, the 1900s. They used to do this stuff, but sometimes you got to patch into it, and that's what people want. So today we're going to do that. So what you do is you take mud.
I'm trying to find a crow's foot.
Well, okay, so I'm going to tell you a story about the crow's foot, but here, let's look over here first. So what you do is you get joint compound and mix it up so it's kind of watery, and then you get a paint roller, and then you just roll this stuff on there. So while we're talking about this,
So this day and age, wouldn't that be maybe considered racist?
I think that it probably is. I mean, literally everything is considered to be racist. I don't even understand the parameters of racism anymore. I thought it was when people raced each other. So I don't know what in the world I'm talking about.
Mark, get set,
Race!
go.
Look, he's a racist. So you know those blackbirds, the crows or whatever? I guess they're dying in large numbers. Did you hear about this? And they did research on it.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, they did research on it, and they're getting run over by trucks on the highway. And so when they go down to eat, they usually have a lookout bird, and he can say caw, caw, but he can't say truck. So that's why they're dying. True story.
I knew that.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw it happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, what an idiot crow.
Yeah, but there's a whole flock of them. There's and you
Just let them know it was a truck instead of a car.
Yeah, you just say caw, even though it doesn't mean the same thing. So obviously they, need some help. Please pray for them, or whatever. So here's what you do: you put this nonsense on here.
What is this nonsense called?
This is joint compound that's been watered down.
So, joint compound, which we call mud in
which
the
we call
business.
mud, yeah, in the biz. Yeah. Okay. So then you get that on there. You don't want to go too far. Then you got this thing right here, which is,
It's crow feathers.
It's made out of crow feathers.
Dyed crow feathers.
And you wet it first, and then check it. You just kind of put that on there. It's really, truly amazing. See how that works? Yay! And it's actually made out of crow's feet, which is sad for the crows, but they live a good life. They're harvested.
They donate.
Yeah, They donate their feet because, you know, that makes sense. So they're like, who needs these? I can fly. And then they just fly away. On a lighter note, a bird with no feet sleeps on the wind. That's a Asian proverb that I just made up. I don't think it's actually an Asian proverb at all. I mean, if they have proverb, I think proverb is in the Bible.
I think it's an Anglo proverb.
Yeah, it's probably more of an Anglo proverb. There's probably some Asian person right now like, you stupid round-eyed pig, you don't know nothing. We don't say that. I'm like, I know.
Are you going to re-crow's foot these?
Well, yeah, we got to tie into it, so.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
So there's that. I feel like you guys learned so much on these videos, not just about crow's feet. Also, you know, when you get older, you get crow's feet around your eyes. And I know that because I'm pretty old. And dog ears.
They have things to remove the crow's feet.
What do they have? A Botox or something?
And plastic surgery.
There you go. But
Just go to Los Angeles.
I want to have plastic
Ask
surgery.
anyone.
So I used to do a bunch of work for Allergan, and they're the ones that make Botox. And I thought it was funny, which I'm not. And so they were like, hey, you want to come to this outing with us to Busch Gardens? I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, I'll come to Busch Gardens with you guys. Because we were doing a show in Tampa. And so Botox is made out of botulism, which is like food poisoning, which is basically what makes you vomit. And so I'm like, who would have thought that you guys could make $4 billion a year with something that came from food poisoning or vomit? Like, have you looked into diarrhea? And they were just like, you're not funny. And they stopped talking to me completely. I thought it was hilarious. Apparently, they did not. Like, that's our food source, you idiot. You don't crap where you eat. But I did. And there you go. That's how you do it. You just...
So actually, when you were saying crow's foot, I was first thinking it was the Crow Indian. That's
Close.
when I said, is this racist or...
Right, that makes sense. I actually knew an Indian one time.
Because I thought they went, oh! They like this, they talk.
So I once knew an Indian who drank so much tea that he drowned in his own teepee. That's all I've got. So then we got to clean this stuff up. Was that scary? I think that
Creepy.
paint might be wet. So as you guys can probably tell, it's been about, what do you think, 28 minutes roughly? Sure, we'll call it that. And well, I guess the last time you guys saw, we were putting tile on this wall. We have done that. Then we did the texture, so that's good. And then we went ahead and grouted all this stuff. We put this, it's a light heater and an exhaust fan, not a fart fan.
Yeah, tub still needs to be cleaned, but
We do need to clean it. We're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna put a new floor in here, and then we're going to put in the toilet and caulk and touch up a few things, medicine cabinet and light and things like that. But then we painted, and that's beautiful. We got this sink top in. No, it's not gonna work right now. Sink top in right there, and we got that sink and it works, which is great. Yay!
good job.
Yay! David did all the hard work. So I want to talk to you guys.
He loves saying that because he really did all the work. But
You're
the
leaning-
fact is he won't let you do any of the work.
That's true too. You're leaning on wet paint.
And that's what we do. The helpers always destroy things and you fix it.
You were leaning on wet paint for real though. Okay, you missed it. All right, so I want to talk about the fact that mailmen. Do you feel bad for mailmen? Mail people? I don't know. Let me explain why.
Mills in general?
No, people.
Post
who do
office?
this- Yes, post office workers. Here's why. They have to drive on the opposite side because mailboxes are on the side of the road. But I think that that's inconvenient for them, and I think they should have to drive on the same side as everybody else, and we should put our mailboxes in the center of the road. Even though it may seem inconvenient for everybody else in the world, it's more convenient for the few, and I think that that is a real good lesson about COVID.
That is brilliant.
It's not brilliant. It's mean. It's mean, Canoe. Why would you let me say something like that? And this is going on the internet. It'll never come down. They're going to look at me later and go, this guy.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you're on camera and I'm not.
It's a good thing. Yeah. David Canoe, everybody. Singer of Evermore. Coming out with new music soon. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to make this real pretty and we'll do another video or two. And I hope you guys are having a great night. Love you too. All right, bye.
Oh, hey. So, we're done. We have completely redone all the tile. Put new fixtures, new toilet, new countertops, new floors. We've even got, when the band shows up, we got a towel for John.
Canoe.
No.
Oh, Ringo.
Ringo.
The other dudes.
The other guys.
Yeah, all 5 Beatles.
You'll know. Exactly.
Yeah, you know.
So yes, we're done. We did a laminate floor. It's kind of blended in with everything else.
Looks real nice.
I'm really liking it. We're gonna let John take over now,
I
but
don't know nothing.
I really enjoyed doing this job. I learned a lot.
What'd you learn?
I learned that when you're mixing these colors, I like the darker to go below. If that makes any sense.
Oh, it does, yeah. Definitely makes sense.
So wait, hold on. La, la, la. Okay.
Canoe's been on hold for an hour and a half.
Been on hold trying to. Okay.
What are we talking about? Here's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here's something that I heard when I was 18 years old. And they said, there's always somebody that is looking up to you. There's always somebody that sees you as their hero. There's always somebody that is falling in love with your smile. There's always somebody who wants to emulate your every move and like be just like you. And it's usually not the person that you think. And I was like, yeah, maybe for other people, but definitely not for me. And then I thought about it, I'm like, I've done that to people and not told them that I looked up to them. And so the law of averages says that probably somebody is doing that to me. And so I think that it's important that if we are all being looked up to by somebody, and it might be a child or it might be, you know, somebody that's definitely got it far worse than us, but we need to be the hero that they think that we are. And be the person that they think that we are, so that we can set a good example for them and for the next generation, because what we do makes a difference. Anyway, we did really enjoy doing this bathroom. It went pretty quick because, you know, we work fast, but the people that we were working for are beautiful people. We love them a lot, and we're so happy to get to be a part of this, and it really does look a lot better. So I think you guys remember the before pictures, and then here's the after, and it's pretty exciting. So now we're gonna go work on some other stuff. One of those other things is I'm gonna go buy a sound mixer because we're gonna start working on some music, me and Lawrence Swink, and I'm so excited. He's such a wonderful
Recording some fat tracks.
We are gonna make some music, and I'm really excited about that because I love making music. So look forward to some new videos soon, and Canoe is wrapping it up for you. Love you guys. All right, so what happens a lot of times is you put in a new faucet, or maybe it's not new, and then you're like, this faucet does not get hot enough. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. So normally there's a handle, and then I've already loosened this, but you put in an Allen wrench into this handle and loosen it, then this comes off, right? Now if you look right here, this is a little dial. See how it's got these grooves or whatever? And if you pull it out and then turn it over here, then that makes it hotter. And so this is hotter and that's colder, and it just allows your handle to go farther towards the hot. And then go on, wait for it, wherever the on is, and then you, come on girl, there you go. And then tighten the screw back up, and that's it. So there's a helpful little tip. If your water doesn't get hot enough, or you could also turn it up at your water heater, but that will probably cost you more money because it'll heat all your water rather than just where you need it. All right, love you guys.